Hello everyone, my name is Toby and I'm from Hack Club. And for the next couple of weeks, I want to make myself a USB-C charging hub. So I have my inspiration from here. This is a charging hub that I can find on Amazon for around 45 Canadian dollar, and it's a 200 watts with 4 USB-A ports and 4 USB-C ports. So I actually have one of those on my desk right now, but I want to make my own because my use case needs more than 4 USB-C ports, and right now I already have all of them populated. So I want to make this hub also because I want to learn more about electronics and making PCB too. First of all, let's determine our goal. So for the baseline, the one that I currently have, I have 200 watts over 4 USB-A and 4 USB-C ports. I do want more ports though. Just to note, C3 and C4 can do 65 watts, but only one of them at one time. And C1 and C2 can only do low power 15 watts. And then the same for all of the USB-A ports, they can only supply up to 15 watts for the model that I'm showing here. I would want a lot of USB-C ports, but they don't need to be high power. I'll need 1 or 2 to be high power, so my plan would be I would have 4 low power USB-C ports, and I want to have 100 watts USB-C capable port. Also, if we take a look at the USB-C power delivery table, we can see that we have different voltages to achieve high wattages. So at 100 watts, we need 20 volts and 5 amps. So this is the newer standard, which we will not be implementing in our current hub, because I took a look at the current situation with all of the ICs for USB PD, and I couldn't find any that was up to the 3.1 power rules for a reasonable price. So I will be sticking with 100 watts. I will have 100 watts USB-C ports, that's my requirement. And I also want another 65 watts USB-C capable port. So my laptop has a 65 watt charger with it, so I want the hub to be able to charge my laptop as well if I needed to. So there is one 100 watts USB-C port, 100 watts capable, well, requirements actually, and I want 2 65 watts USB-C port, but keep in mind that not only one port. The port is not limited to the wattages it do. So for the 100 watts USB-C port, it can also go down to 65 watts as well. And same thing for the low power USB-C port. So that's one thing I really like about USB PD. So 100 watts USB-C port to 65 watt USB-C port. I also have 45 watts input buried banks, so I want 4 45 watts USB-C ports. So this will be the baseline of my USB-C requirements. USB-A ports. I want to be able to make lots of USB-A ports because they are low power and they are also useful. So I have 6 low power USB-A ports, and by low power I meant it is 15 watts, which is 5 volts and 3 amps. Okay, perfect. I also want one of the 45 watts USB-C port to be able to output 5 volts, 5 amp as well, because I have a Raspberry Pi 5, and you know, if they want a 5 volt 5 amps to be able to supply all of the power to the devices that will be connected to it. On an average day, the least that I will use will be 2 low power. Well, actually, there will be 4 low power ports. That would be 4 times 15 watts. I also want to power my 2 Raspberry Pis. That would be 2 RPI 5, 2 times 25 watts. And that brings us to 110 watts. I also want to charge my battery bank, so I have 2 of them, so 2 power bank. That would be 2 times 45 watts, so that would be 200 watts. Thanks. So 200 watts already, so I need to find a power supply capable of 200 watts. So that is one scenario that I would use the USB power hub for. I could have a different scenario. I would use all of the low power port, so that would be 150 watts, and 2 RPI 5, that would be 200 watts already. Or I could have another scenario where I want to charge my laptop, one laptop, so that would be 65 watts, and I wouldn't need to charge the power bank, but I also want to run the 2 Raspberry Pi. So I input that in, that would be 115 watts, and if I'm using something like 3 low power ports for charging my phone or something like that, for example, that would be another 15 watts, and that would total up to 160 watts. Okay, so we are aiming for around 200 watts, and that would cover most of my normal use case. So I found this power supply. So this is a DC 48 volts 5 amp, and that would provide 240 watts for us. That's perfect. And in the future, they also have a 7.5 amp variant and a 10 amp variant. So if I want to use more ports at the same time without redesigning the whole thing, I can just switch out the power supply. So this would work great for our project. Thank you for watching.